I heard it.
I mean, what the rest of
like that. Where is my friend?
You want someone to make up?
Where's family? Oh, that's my baby. I love him so much. I think so ugly.
No, I don't know.
He got the vibes with him.
All right, we're gonna start this over. What's going on, world? I'm Wesley from A Connection TV, the network, the one channel on YouTube where we adopt similar connections despite our differences, and the similar connections that we are going to adopt today. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff, actually. A lot has happened since our last particular video. So we have some regular Culture Club topics, and we're going to talk about some of the things that have occurred in our lives recently. But before we get all into the juicy stuff, we're going to reintroduce ourselves. State your name, your zodiac sign, and your Instagram so that people can follow you.
That's his phone.
That's my phone.
That's so crazy.
And McGrady trying to hide from the camera. Trying to get people to pass stuff to me. That's my text message. You know
why
why
is it screaming?
Because that's what happens when people see Curtis.
Okay.
They say,
Good night.
Oh, okay.
All right,
What
well.
you're saying is that you are...
right. They
Okay.
scream, just like that.
Anyway.
Right.
All right.
Well, my name is Dre. I am a Cancer, and my Instagram name is DrakeStyle_V.
All right.
My name is Sheldon. I'm also a Cancer, and my Instagram name is Shelly_J05.
All right. I am Wes once again. I am a Leo, the best sign on the planet. And my Instagram is A Connection TV.
I am Jeremy. I am an Aquarius, and my Instagram name is McCallMeJeremy.
All right. Yes. I like
They both.
that.
I know. Me too. Who made that up for me?
I was kind of like,
I know
proud of
that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But the
yes.
first topic I want to talk about is this past weekend. We're going to talk about this past weekend.
Well, I want to say that their birthdays are tomorrow, right? Their birthdays
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Oh,
Okay.
both y'all's.
Yeah, they have birthdays.
Birthdays.
All right. Happy birthday to y'all.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah, happy birthday. So you are 20,
I'll be 23.
and you are 40.
I'll be
McGrady.
I'll be 31.
31. Okay, all right. Getting old, getting up there.
So,
Yay.
No.
Still look good.
Is that TC?
Anybody out here?
Ain't nobody out there?
Y'all woke somebody
not
to
no.
be there.
I heard that.
Y'all woke
I
somebody.
heard that down there.
Y'all
They
woke
playing knock knock zoom zoom.
I didn't hear
out
y'all. Nobody not in the door. In the house.
They playing
I'm
knock knock
telling you,
zoom
that's the
zoom.
job. You better get up out of here.
I don't hear nothing.
Right now, no, I heard it. It knocked twice.
Ooh,
Did
that's
you
the
hear it?
bomb diggity. That drink is good.
No, there's no
well,
fun
TC is coming, y'all. Y'all been asking for TC. Y'all been asking for Hector, and they are still a part of Culture Club. It's just the timing and when we actually film or whatever.
Right.
You know, it's very hard to get everybody back together.
Yeah,
But TC is coming, and Dale is in Louisiana, New
Got back
Orleans.
today.
Just, all right. So he went to the music festival. So Essence Music Festival. So this past weekend has been a little interesting. I got my Raiden hat. I was sexy last night into the night. Yesterday into the day with my Raiden hat. I was cute. You know, because I like to do things that nobody else will do.
Right.
And so everybody was like if you would have saw that hat, nobody would have bought the hat. But I bought it because I like being, an individual. And then I found out that two of my friends might have something going on because, they be like, they was fornicating in front of me. Like the other night when I had my party, right? You're not gonna believe this. You're not gonna believe this. I had a house party, right? You was there. Everybody was there, right?
Yeah.
So we was all having a good time. If you follow me on Instagram, A Connection TV, you'll see some of the footage. But we was all having a good time, carrying on, showing out. Everybody having a good time. I brought two new faces into the crew because, y'all always see the same faces all the time, and we always say Orlando's small, so it was nice to pick people out of the bunch and put them in the group.
Right.
But then I found out that they knew everybody anyway, so I was like, okay,
Not a good one.
And I found out about that too, but
I had an issue.
yeah, Orlando is small. Orlando is small, so I did find that out. But nonetheless, okay. Two people, well, one person that you've seen before and one of the newbies kind of got married that particular night. So that was very
This was at
interesting.
the party?
Yes.
What was that?
Yes, lap dances and carrying on and going outside into the bushes and doing things.
Oh, that, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that was,
Yes, you was there.
No, I think he left. Dropping that happened.
No, he had left when they was already outside.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it was a lot. It was a lot going on. But then here's the kicker. I found out that you and your friend can fornicate in front of others because y'all are friends. See, what happened was Mr. Shelley over here.
First of all, let's
hold on, wait. Let me
choose your words.
Let me
wisely.
fornicate.
We will not fornicate.
Well, when the ass hits the booty cheek.
Let me get it out first.
Let me tell the story. So, Mr. Shelley over here and another brother friend of mine, we was all on a couch because I don't really have that much furniture in here that you can lay and relax on. So we were all on the L couch, right? Yeah. I was chilling solo for dolo with one of the guests because one of the guests, his friend that he brought was getting married with somebody else that was at the party. So I was trying to amuse his friend because I know he wanted to leave, but he couldn't leave because the other boy was fucking the other boy in the bushes. So
really?
I'm just calling it how everybody thought it was.
For real.
I'm just saying. But the boy said he was on the phone, but he wasn't on no goddamn phone.
When I walked out that door, and you had already told me, you was like, you might want to.
Right. You might want to cover your nose. You might smell some ass fumes.
Now, see, you know what?
So, I was trying to amuse the buddy.
On this side right here, and we washed the couch, so you find.
Okay.
That's my next question.
Right. On this side right here, you have Mr. Shelley bootied up. Bootied up because the booty was up on my other brother, my friend, on his penis. And there was just like lots spooning. Can y'all pass me 2 spoons so I can demonstrate what spooning is?
Right
behind you got 2 spoons.
Just in case some people don't know.
People don't know what spooning is.
It's 6 what?
Don't worry.
That's my time to spoon.
Right here. Y'all, we got the brand story.
So we got Sheldon right here. Right? See the booty up? See the booty up?
That's the booty right
Right, that's the booty. And then we got this part is my other friend, the penis. This one, and right. Okay, and they just connect. All tight like that. That's called spooning. And they're supposed to be friends.
We are.
Can you grab me exhibit A and exhibit B?
Exhibit A and exhibit B. And you just come up with something nice. Thank you, Vanna White. Thank you, Vanna White.
So, would you like to explain how friends can spoon?
Let me tell y'all.
Oh, my.
The word that he is choosing to use to describe this situation is so wrong. Wrong. Okay. Mind you, that night of the party, everybody was on this couch. Was it not?
I'm listening.
Okay. Everybody was on this couch.
Because I wasn't on the couch. I'm just saying, I need to clear my mind.
Anyway, everyone was on this couch. The moral of the story is, the end of the story is, I fell asleep, he fell asleep, and that was it.
But how did y'all manage to get to this?
Because we was already,
Because if you fell asleep and he fell asleep, but you had to get to that.
We was already.
He could have fell asleep on that side of the couch, gives us on this side of the couch. I'm just trying to make
Let me say.
I'm listening, but you ain't saying nothing.
Because he was already here, and I just laid down.
I'm so weak.
Okay. And then.
So they were already there.
Yeah, and I just laid.
You went to get some.
No, I went and laid down because I lay on people. Like if he was here, I'd be laying on him. Like if he was here, I'd be laying on him. Like he doesn't. That's it.
Which spoon was on top?
You ain't never.
But you know, I'm done. I'm done with the story.
So I want to ask y'all, is it okay to spoon with your friends?
If you fall asleep just like that, it just
No, but you had to spoon first before y'all fell asleep. So
your body just don't just move that way.
Right.
Yeah, it does. It does.
I'm so weak on so many levels of weakness.
Well,
So y'all let me know about y'all weekend, but that was very interesting. Yeah. Shout out to Adrian that came out, and there was another supporter that you brought to the house party. But yeah, so what happened? What happened in your weekend? Was it adventurous?
I was here with you all weekend.
Yeah.
For the most part, yeah, we were together.
We was all together.
Yeah, the most part.
I wasn't spooning and getting spooned.
Can you see you and I spooning like that and falling asleep together? Wouldn't that be weird? Right, that'd just be weird.
If you have a couple of libations in your system.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
So now you saying that you were actually. Everybody
was on this couch. I just so happened to just lean over And you
Just
know,
so happened.
I just happened to lean over and we was like, everybody was talking, and you know, I ended up falling asleep. You know, it just so happened that we just ended up spooning that night. Because we was drunk and we
So,
wanted to get together.
okay, so alright, so that's fine. So
You
let me
wanna
ask you
get
this.
together.
And we wanted to, I didn't want to leave.
Right, so then you get right exactly.
So
you
what was
didn't
going on
want
in the bush?
So you get no,
That wasn't with me. That wasn't with me.
So wait a minute. Let me ask you. I'm gonna ask you a serious question. Time out. The flag on the plate. They were in the bushes or no?
Well, honestly, the only one that knows is the Lord up above and the neighbors that was
I
watching.
know.
Because when they came back in, I said, well, what? I had to use the phone. So, but
That was the excuse all night.
all night I had to use the phone. But they went back out quite a few times. But then when they came back in the house, we knew that they were already interested in each other because people was deleting jacks off their phone. Because the boy was like, I don't like you if you got a jack, so he deleted his jack off the phone.
See, you
Then
know, we gotta move on. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on.
We need to.
No, we're gonna move on. We're talking.
I'm not talking about that.
We're
I'm
gonna
not talking about that. This is
Moving on.
I'm not
So
talking about
one of the topics that I wanted to discuss
Yes,
is
God, please.
where do you feel safest? Because now
Yes.
that we have gone through this Orlando shooting and tragedy, whatever title you feel comfortable attaching to it, we noticed a huge change. Well, it's been a huge change period. Like people have been going out periodically. I haven't gone out since, like to an actual club until yesterday when I actually through our old party. But people would tell me, you know, it's not the same. A lot of people aren't going out. Not unless it's like a fundraiser or a vigil would you see a mass amount of people going to. And leading up to the old party event, a lot of people were saying, you know, I don't know, I still don't feel comfortable going to clubs and all of that. And it ended up only being 67 people that showed up yesterday. Whereas the first party, we saw 225, and the second party, we saw over 150. So it was definitely a difference.
Yeah.
A difference. But that was the major consensus, was that people still didn't feel comfortable going to clubs. So where do you guys feel safest? And in a world where danger could happen here, could happen in a car, could happen on a plane, could happen in church, could happen in the movies, could happen in an elementary school, could happen on the street while you're going to the mailbox. Where do you feel safest, and when is it okay for you to be afraid and just stay in the house?
Well, I'll tell you this. I went to this couple, maybe about like a week ago or so. Yeah, a week ago, maybe a little bit. I went to Savoy, right? So I met just another friend of mine. He was like, "Oh, let's go out to have some drinks and let's go to Savoy." I went to Savoy, which we all have been to, you know. And while I was there, like I ordered a drink, and the whole time I was in there, I was like, "Oh my God!" I was like freaking out the whole time. My chest was just beating so fast. I was like, "Oh God, I can't." So the one drink I bought, I couldn't even finish it. So we went outside. So in my mind, I'm thinking like, okay, let's run outside. Let's go outside. So we went to the back patio that they have back there. You know, the bar that's outside. So we went back there, and I'm sitting there with him, and I'm thinking in my mind the whole time. I'm like sipping my drink, and I'm like, okay, well, I can actually jump over this. You know, right here, I can go over that, you know, if something were to happen. And that's the reason I told him to go outside, because so that we didn't have to be in the inside in case something, you know, happened. And so we were just sitting there, I'm like, oh, damn, I gotta go. Like, I was like, I can't, I didn't even finish the drink. I was like, listen, we really gotta go. I was like, I can't do it. And when we went outside, that's when I like really kind of like had a moment. Because when we walked outside, because it wasn't like this when we walked in, but when we went outside, it was like cops everywhere. It was like 2 or 3 cops. Just surrounding the place, and it just, I was like, damn, this is what it has come to, that you can't even, you gotta have all these cops everywhere when you coming out. And I was so like freaked out, and the reason I kept saying the drink is because I bought one drink and I didn't even finish it. And I love to drink, I enjoy drinking, and I enjoy going out and having a drink, but I couldn't even do it because I was so freaked out the whole time that I was there. And I told him, I was like, feel my chest. And he was like, oh wow, you need to calm down, because my heart was beating so fast because I was just so nervous. And it's sad because, you know, it has come to that point that we can't even, you have to look over your shoulder. You know, I do believe that particular situation, that post situation, that probably won't ever happen again, you know, ever happen again. But, we don't know. Those people that went there, they did not know. So we don't know, what place that you feel safe at. And you don't feel safe at any place. That's why I constantly pray. No matter what I'm doing, where I'm at, who I'm around, I always be praying, saying stuff to myself, because you don't know. The people in church didn't know, because you think that the church is the place that you feel the safest at. I'm in church, but you can't. You think your work or business is a place where I can feel safe. At least I'm at work, doing what I do. I knew a lady, the insurance lady, she came in, the guy walked in, shot her right there in front of, at her job. You can't feel safe at home because people come in, knocking at your door, you waking up, you open the door, you're not knowing what's going on, then they shoot and kill you. So you have no safe place, but you have to continue to pray, and ask the covering of God to watch over you, to keep you covered, because you don't know. We have no clue. We have no clue. So, it's just, I don't know of a place that I would feel safe at. I just constantly pray,
I totally agree with Jeremy. I totally agree with Jeremy. Ain't no safest place that you can think of. Like he said, everywhere that you can go, something always can happen. So.
Because when I was at my apartment in New York when two guys came at my door, acting like they were lost, asking me for directions. Then when I, went to proceed to close my door, they bum rushed me, had a gun. I know of a friend of mine who lives in California, who at the time had a boyfriend. Him and his boyfriend came to a stoplight in their car, and then somebody just busted up the window. My friend was in the passenger side. His boyfriend at the time was in the driver's side. Told the guy to get out. Before the guy could even try to get out, shot the guy in front of my friend. And that was my friend's first boyfriend that he actually came out to with his family and everything. So shot him, and I don't even know what they thought they were going to do or what they were trying to do, but they ran off and left my friend and his murdered boyfriend sitting here. And it's stuff like, things can happen anywhere you are. Like even last night, McGrady woke up to somebody walking through his window. So it's like things can happen no matter where you are.
Like that, your bedroom window?
Yes. They were what?
I was like dead asleep. They were like knocking on the door, banging on the window, trying to like get me up to unlock the door for him, whatever.
They wanted
Are you serious?
Yeah.
They wanted what?
They wanted a piece.
Oh.
Did you know them?
And then I freaked the fuck out. Like I just got
we know who they were. But I'm just saying, like at the end of the day, it's like if the door, like his window was left actually open.
the window was locked.
It was. You sure? Because they said it was open.
No, it was locked, but like the lock is like really weak, so he's able to open the window anyway.
You know what? You have to be careful, so careful. And anything, even when, and this is something, not even just because this is recent, this is something that my mom taught me. Like when somebody knocking at the door, you have to know just who they are before you open the door. You don't open the door for anybody, nobody.
Look through that peephole.
Look through the peephole.
Can't see him?
Oh well. Right. You just do not open the door for anybody, and you just have to think. Now it's worse than ever. But you just have to think about that, because like you said, people play that game on you. Oh, I'm lost. Oh, I don't know. Oh, can I use your phone? And you don't know. That's even the person that you see at the gas station that say, oh, can you give me a couple dollars to get me something to drink, or I'm trying to make it to the bus stop. No, because you just do not know. And we're so carefree sometimes that we don't even care. And gay people especially. I'm telling you something. And I am guilty of it because I've done it in the past. But we got to really be careful. And I want everybody to listen and be careful. We'll meet you on Jack or at BGC, A for A, Grind or Scruff, whatever all that stuff is. We'll meet you today. I'll talk to you in the morning, like, hey, what's up? What's going on? Oh, nothing much. What you up to? Oh, nothing. Just bored, chilling at home. Oh, just trying to find out what I'm gonna do. Okay, guess what? You'll meet that person that night. Oh, come over, chill with me. You do not know. I've talked to my straight friends, and they're like, you what? I would never meet nobody on the first day. That's my straight friends, because their minds, gay minds, we don't some, not all. Some of us think that way. Oh, I just go meet them. They sound like they cool. They don't like their pictures for me, or they gave me their address, and you do not know who you're going to see.
I can tell you where that stems from, though. It stems from the fact that we aren't accepted openly in this world, And so the fact that we and not to say that straight people don't have their online dating and stuff like that. They have their online dating and stuff like that. They do their things too. But it's really, really heavy in the gay community because that's the easiest way to know who's gay.
Right.
That's the easiest way to know who's gay. You never have to worry about it. You see him online, oh, okay, he's cute, he's hot, and he's close. Okay, maybe I can meet him. Whereas the straight community, if a man sees a female or a female sees a man, they can openly let you know that they're attracted to you out in public. They don't have to go online to do all that.
Right.
And so I think majority of that stems from the fact that we just don't have that freedom. And I was talking to Marcus last night about, because he was questioning, the difference in dynamics with the clubs and stuff like that, and he was mentioning why don't we incorporate straight people into the clubs, and we do promote it when we talk about O Party, but it's at the same time it's like, will everyone feel 100% comfortable? You know what I'm saying? Because we just can't, we won't know who's gay, who's straight. You know what I'm saying? And if we talk to you, is a straight person going to get upset or get crazy because they're trying to talk to you and you're in an establishment where it's free like that? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was telling him, that's why majority gay parties are mainly for gay people, so they can have freedom of expression. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because we were, a buddy of ours, Riley, you've seen him on here before, he was cashier for Mother Stokes.
Yes, they know now.
He was cashiering with Marcus last night at O Party, and there were two security guards. I can't remember their names. Two beautiful men, well-built, Latin descent men were security guards, and they were super fucking cool. Super cool. And, they were so cool to the point to where Marcus and Riley, Mother Stokes, had ended up talking about licking assholes and eating butts and
But the
two security guards. Yes, the two security guards was like they had boned this girl together, had a threesome, and then the can of worms just opened up, and I'm looking at these two dudes, and I'm like, wait a minute, y'all freaking like that. And then conversation ended up, well, would you let your female eat out your booty hole? And one of the dudes, the sexiest one, was like, well, last year I finally had it happen, and it was kind of nice.
In Puerto Rico.
Right. Oh, okay.
So,
it's cool over there then.
Yeah. So it would be awesome to live in a world where all straight men were like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't no thing where Marcus and Riley was trying to kick it to him or was trying to, rub a dub on him or whatever. It was just cool human conversation. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because we as humans, we love sexual activity and we love to have sex or whatever. Yeah. And experimenting and being able to express that experimentation is just cool to be able to do that. Like, what? You let her do what? What? So it's like, if all dudes could be like that, I think we'd be in a happier place. And that leads me to my next kind of topic is, why do we as gay men want all, and this is just a general question, I'm not saying this is how we all are, but why do we as gay men want beautiful straight men to be gay? Or why do we try to play with them when they say that they're straight? Or if we say that they are straight, why do we say, no, you're gay, because they're cool with us? Why?
I don't know. I don't do that because I have a lot of straight friends as well. But, I don't know if they get the fantasy, I guess, or they just the wish factor of it. So that's probably why they do it. I don't know that.
Now I want somebody to kill me in this comment section. So we're gonna say this before I say.
So you're a culprit. Okay.
I'm a culprit. Yeah. No, about certain ones. Now I don't. If I'm cool with a straight guy, I don't. If I'm cool with a straight guy, I never try to. But if it's somebody, I'm just like, I'm just like, okay. What it is, and I won't sound real ignorant. Y'all don't judge me. They ain't gonna talk about me. Blah, blah. So what it is the reason that most gay guys do it is because a lot of gay guys love masculinity. We love masculinity, and we suffer in our own community from masculinity, the lack of masculinity. And when you meet a straight guy, you're tempted because that's what attracts you to him, or something that's part of what attracts you to him is his masculinity. So because of this, it's kind of fun to kind of play around and either in my experience, I would say 35 to 35 to 45% of the time, it works. I mean, sometimes, but it's just that chase. And especially nowadays, guys are really like closet and just they closet. But you know, they with the right person. My friend always said, he said, if every straight guy has a gay guy, he'll do something with. I mean,
Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
but it's just that's what it is though. To me personally, speaking for me, it is about like I like that in a guy. You know, not saying that there's not any masculine gay men because there's plenty. But I mean, you go on Jack. I mean, the truth be told, people. I mean, like for real, it's a fish fry and. It's a fish fry with grits and everything.
But that's probably why. Like that's probably why straight men, every straight man, think that every gay.
Exactly. And that's the problem.
But then that's
maybe the ugly ones though.
But then but you know what? I have tons of straight friends, like 100 straight friends.
Thug straight friends.
Yes. And my straight friends, they love me and they love all of my friends. My cousins, I got my family, I think they come from a different cloth. They like weird. They like love everybody. They don't care what you do, how you do it. But two of my straight cousins, they've been to the club with me, they've hung out with me, and they said this to me. They had more fun at the gay club than they did at the straight club. Only because at the gay club, they can just vibe to the music, they can just jam, they can have a good time, they ain't gotta worry about none of that. Because a straight man that they weren't worried about nobody trying to talk to them or holler at them because they're just enjoying themselves. If you got a problem with yourself, then that's when you got a problem going to the gay club. You gotta feel like somebody looking at you, because you might want to be tempted to do that stuff or whatever. You know, but it's plenty of people. You can just go out and have your good time. Now, I think that some of that, I could be wrong, but some of that also comes with age. Because there was a point in my life where I wanted straight acting men. I wanted you to be thugged out. I wanted you to just be, oh my God. But now I'm old.
I'm about to clarify that. I'm about to clarify that.
And that's fine.
I'm about to clarify
and that's fine. But you're going to let me finish. And then you don't listen at me. And then I'm going to let you say what you got to say. But I didn't say everybody. I said some.
Don't give me the section. Go ahead.
I'm just saying some. But I do think there's some of them that does come with age with some of them, because now that I'm older, I don't really care. You don't have to be so super masculine above. I just don't care about that. I want you to be comfortable. I want somebody who's comfortable in their skin, who don't mind being around with me in public. We ain't got to be hugged up and kissing and all of that.
Well,
that being, you know what? Or in the bushes either. But
right.
Yeah. But
it's a regular
and
Jacks.
All right, continue.
You know what?
It's two different situations.
Really,
I was not in no bushes.
Sheldon was not in the bush.
Explain to the people that weren't able to understand your history with your sister, if you can give us a little brief synopsis of how you came to meet and how that all worked out for the show.
Okay, yeah, I met Asia when I was about 15. I was about to turn 16.
I was trying to hurry. I didn't know nothing. All I did was I came. I didn't want to do nothing. I was so hungover. I cared. There was everything else.
Right, I